45 Most Random, Amazing and Bizarre Facts About Horses. Horses have been called the noblest of creatures, and it's easy to see why. Depending on which scientific accounts you believe, they've been man's original best friends since anywhere from 4000 to 2000 BC. They've taken us wherever we've asked them to, including the fields of battle. Yet here we are in the 21st century, and there are still plenty about these noble creatures you still don't know. Want proof? Here is our list of the 45 most random, amazing and bizarre facts about horses that we've managed to gather. Which is your favorite? 1. Horses have the largest eyes of any land mammal. 2. Horses can run within hours after birth. 3. When horses look like they're laughing, they're actually engaging in a special nose-enhancing technique known as flamen, to determine whether a smell is good or bad. 4. At one time people thought horses were colorblind. They're not, though they are better at seeing yellows and greens than purples and violets. 5. A horse's teeth take up a larger amount of space in their head than their brain. 6. You can generally tell the difference between male and female horses by their number of teeth. Males have 40 while females have 36. 7. Horse hooves are made from the same protein that comprises human hair and fingernails. 8. The horse trailer, horse box, was invented by Lord George Bentinck, a UK man who needed a more effective transport for getting his 6 horses from one racetrack to another. 9. In 1872, Leland Stanford, 1824–1893, made a bet that at some point in the gallop all 4 of a horse's legs are off the ground at the same time. Edward Muybridge, 1830–1904, proved him right by using a series of 24 cameras and photographing a racehorse named Sally Gardner. 10. Horses are more secure and comfortable when trailering if they can face the rear, but they prefer openings. 11. Horses can sleep both lying down and standing up. 12. A 19th century horse named Old Billy reportedly lived 62 years. 13. From 1867 to 1920, the number of horses shot up from 7.8 million to 25 million. Experts believe this was due to the rise of the automobile. 14. Because horses' eyes are on the side of their head, they are capable of seeing nearly 360 degrees at one time. 15. The fastest recorded sprinting speed of a horse was 88 km per hour, 55 miles per hour. Most gallop at around 44 km per hour or 27 miles per hour. 16. The Przewalski's horse is the only truly wild horse species still in existence. The only wild population is in Mongolia. There are however numerous populations across the world of feral horses, e.g. mustangs in North America. Source: one kind. 17. Horses use their ears, eyes, and nostrils to express their mood. They also communicate their feelings through facial expressions. 18. Horses will not lie down simultaneously because at least one will act as a lookout to alert its companions of potential dangers. 19. Vocalizations are highly important to horses. Examples: whinnying and neighing sounds are elicited when horses meet or leave each other. Stallions, adult male horses, perform loud roars as mating calls, and all horses will use snorts to alert others of potential danger. 20. Approximately 4.6 million Americans work in the horse industry in one way or another. The U.S. horse industry has an economic effect of $39 billion annually on just 9 million American horses. There are approximately 58 million horses in the world and the vast majority are cared for by humans. 21. An adult horse's brain weighs 22 ounces, about half that of a human. 22. Horses still hold a place of honor in many cultures, often linked to heroic exploits in war, China being one of those countries. 23. Horses cannot vomit. 24. There is only one species of domestic horse, but around 400 different breeds that specialize in everything from pulling wagons to racing. All horses are grazers. 25. A horse can see better at night than a human. However, it takes a horse's eyes longer to adjust from light to dark and from dark to light than a human's. 26. The first cloned horse was a Haflinger mare in Italy in 2003. 27. Horses like sweet flavors and will usually reject anything sour or bitter. 28 wild horses generally gather in groups of 3 to 20 animals. A stallion, mature male, leads the group, which consists of mares, females, and young foals. When young males become colts, at around 2 years of age, the stallion drives them away. The colts then roam with other young males until they can gather their own band of females. 29 Most of the time, wherever a horse's ear is pointing is where the horse is looking with the eye on the same side. If the ears are pointing in different directions, the horse is looking at 2 different things at the same time. 30 horses produce approximately 10 gallons of saliva a day. 31 On the underside of a horse's hoof is a triangular-shaped area called the frog, which acts as a shock absorber for a horse's leg, and also helps to pump blood back up the leg. 2 horses' height is measured in units known as hands. 1 hand is equal to 4 inches. The tallest horse on record was a Shire named Samson. He was 21.2 hands, 7 feet, 2 inches, tall. He was born in 1846 in Toddington Mills, England. 33 The average horse's heart weighs approximately 9 or 10 pounds. 34 The record for the longest jump over water is held by a horse named Something who jumped 27 feet, 6 3/4 inches on April 25, 1975 in Johannesburg, South Africa. He was ridden by Andre Ferreira. 35 The record for the highest jump made by a horse is held by a horse named Huazo who jumped 8 feet, 1 1/4 inches on February 5, 1949 in Vina del Mar, Chile. He was ridden by Captain Alberto Larraguibel. 36 Scientists believe that the first known ancestor of the horse lived about 50 million years ago. This prehistoric horse is called Eohippus and had 4 padded toes on the front legs and 3 padded toes on the back legs. 37 Horses with typical anatomy are obligate nasal breathers, which means they must breathe through their nostrils and cannot breathe through their mouths. 38 Horses drink at least 25 gallons of water a day, more in hotter climates. 39 It takes 9 to 12 months to regrow an entire horse hoof. 40 Horses with pink skin can get a sunburn. 41 A zebroid is a cross between a zebra and any other member of the family Equidae, which, besides zebras, includes donkeys, ponies, and horses. A zonkey is a cross between a zebra and a donkey. A zony is a cross between a zebra and a pony. A zorse is a cross between a zebra and a horse. 42 You can tell if a horse is cold by feeling behind their ears. If that area is cold, so is the horse. 43 Horses have 16 muscles in each ear, allowing them to rotate their ears 180 degrees. 44 If a horse has a red ribbon on its tail, it kicks. 45 Horses are social animals and will get lonely if kept alone, and they will mourn the passing of a companion. Like we said, random, amazing, bizarre, that's the horse in a nutshell, and it's also what makes it such a beautiful and noble creature. Horses are hoofed mammals that have lived with humans for thousands of years. Almost all of the horses alive today are domesticated and descend from extinct wild horses. Horses have roamed the planet for about 50 million years. The earliest horses evolved in North America before spreading out to the rest of the world, although they later became extinct in North America about 10,000 years ago, Live Science previously reported. When were horses domesticated? All breeds of domestic horse belong to one species, Equus caballus, which includes feral populations of domestic horses living in the wild, according to the Integrated Taxonomic Information System, ITIS. Modern horses were likely first domesticated in Central Asia between 3000 and 4000 BC, according to Oklahoma State University. However, horse DNA is relatively diverse, which suggests that horses could have been domesticated in more than one place and from several different wild populations, according to the American Museum of Natural History, AMNH. Horses were initially kept for meat and milk, according to Oklahoma State University. They became a valuable resource for people living on the Central Asian steppes, where horses are still eaten and milked today. Fermented mare's milk is a popular, alcoholic drink among the Kumis people of the Central Asian steppes, Live Science previously reported. As horses became more domesticated, humans have developed more uses for them, such as serving as a means of transportation, as companion animals and as a source of entertainment in the form of horse racing. Today, horses can be found in the care of humans all over the earth. Horses are social animals and are known for bonding with members of their herd and for following the most dominant horses in the herd, according to AMNH. In captivity, and in the absence of a herd, horses have a tendency to bond with people and learn to follow their instructions. This enables humans to more easily train horses to be ridden. Similar to other domestic animals, being led by humans has been encouraged through multiple generations of breeding. The only horses alive today that aren't considered domesticated are Przewalski's horses, or taki, in Central Asia. IDIS lists these wild horses as a separate species named Equus Przewalski. However, some experts categorize domesticated horses and Przewalski's horses as subspecies of the same species, called Equus ferus caballus and Equus ferus Przewalski, respectively. Either way, Przewalski's horses are distinct from domestic horses, although their evolutionary origins are debated within the scientific community. How big are horses? Horses are muscular animals with a long tail made up of coarse hair, a long, thick neck draped with a mane down the midline, and an elongated head and skull. Humans have created hundreds of different horse breeds through selective breeding, which has resulted in many different horse coat colors, including chestnut, gold with a white mane and tail, palomino, spotted, completely black and more, according to Oklahoma State University. Measured from the ground to the tops of their shoulders, horses typically range between 2 feet 6 inches, 76 centimeters, and 5 feet 9 inches, 175 centimeters, tall, and weigh between 120 pounds, 54 kilograms, and 2,200 pounds. 1,000 kilograms, according to National Geographic. However, it's not unusual for horses to be smaller or larger than average. Guinness World Records considers the tallest living horse to be a Belgian horse named Big Jake that's nearly 7 feet tall, 82.8 inches, or 210 centimeters, to be exact. The Belgian breed is known for being one of the strongest and most powerful horse breeds in the world. The tallest horse to have ever lived was a Shire horse named Samson, or Mammoth, who in 1850 was measured to be about 7 feet 2 inches tall, 86.2 inches or 219 centimeters, according to Guinness World Records. At the other end of the scale are ponies and miniature horses. A pony is an adult horse that is shorter than 4 feet 10 inches, 147 centimeters, according to Encyclopaedia Britannica. A miniature horse is even smaller, at less than 3 feet 2 inches, 97 centimeters, tall. The shortest horse ever recorded by Guinness World Records was a miniature horse named Thumbelina, who was measured to be just 17.5 inches, 44.5 centimeters, tall before she died in 2018. How fast can a horse run? Horses have 4 main movement patterns, called gaits: walk, trot, a little faster than walking, canter, faster than a trot, and gallop, a horse's fastest gait. The average domestic horse can gallop at a speed of about 30 miles per hour, 48 kilometers per hour, but horses have been clocked at speeds of over 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers per hour, according to AMNH. Guinness World Records recognizes 44 miles per hour, 70.8 kilometers per hour, as being the fastest speed reached by a racehorse. This was achieved by a thoroughbred named Winning Brew in 2008 over a quarter-mile distance. However, the American Quarter Horse is often considered to be the fastest horse breed, and the American Quarter Horse Association states these horses have reached speeds of up to 55 miles per hour, 88.5 kilometers per hour. Horses are ungulates, which are mammals that have hooves, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History. Horses have evolved to have a single toe on each foot encased by a hard hoof. Hooves are made of keratin, which is the same protein that makes human fingernails, according to Encyclopaedia Britannica. Like fingernails, hooves never stop growing and need to be trimmed. Horse owners often attach metal horseshoes to the bottom of their horse's hooves to protect the hooves from wear. What do horses eat? Horses are herbivores, and their diet consists mainly of tough grasses. Large, flat teeth called incisors at the front of the horse's mouth help it to grab and rip grasses from the ground, which the horse then grinds with the molars and premolars that line each side of its jaw, according to the University of Illinois College of Veterinary Medicine. Horses have the smallest stomach relative to body size of any domesticated animal, according to Iowa State University. A horse's low-capacity stomach is suited to small but frequent meals. Most nutrients are absorbed as food passes through the small intestines and into the hindgut, which includes the cecum, large colon, and small colon, where it is fermented by bacteria. The Humane Society suggests that a healthy horse should be fed 1% to 2% of its body weight in grass or hay every day. The life of a horse. An adult male horse is called a stallion, and an adult female horse is called a mare. If a male horse is castrated by humans, it becomes known as a gelding. In the wild, horse herds are led by a dominant mare, while a single, dominant stallion typically guards the rear of the group from predators and rival stallions, according to AMNH. Wild horses usually breed between April and June. Mares give birth to live young after an average gestation period of 11 months, according to the University of Michigan's Animal Diversity Web, ADW. Baby horses, called foals, are typically able to stand within an hour of being born and can begin eating solid food within a week. Wild foals may continue to nurse from their mothers for 2 years. The weaning process is often sped up for domestic horses, which may be weaned within 6 months after birth. A typical domestic horse lifespan is 25 to 30 years, but they have been known to live as long as 61 years, according to the ADW. Wild horses, and horses living in the wild, such as mustangs, tend to have a shorter lifespan, but have been known to live up to 36 years. Do horses sleep standing up? Horses are capable of resting and even sleeping while standing up, according to AMNH. They do this by locking one of their hind legs at the stifle joint, the horse equivalent of the knee, which holds them upright while they doze, occasionally switching the locked leg to prevent fatigue. They evolved this trick so that they could respond quickly to the presence of predators and run away. However, the University of Adelaide in Australia notes that horses still need to lie down to enter deep stages of sleep, which they'll do periodically each day and night. Horse breeds. There are around 350 different horse breeds, according to Horse and Hound, which have been bred to serve a variety of functions. Oklahoma State University's list of horse breeds includes slender-legged thoroughbreds, which make excellent race horses, black Friesians, characterized by their luxurious manes and tails, and the tall, muscular Shire horses known for being exceptional work horses. There are also small pony breeds, such as Shetland ponies and miniature horses. Some horse bloodlines fetch a very high price, particularly race horses. The most expensive horse ever sold was a thoroughbred stallion named Fusaiaki Pegasus that won nearly $2 million by the end of his highly successful horse racing career. He was sold to horse breeders in Ireland for $70 million, according to Horse and Hound. Due to domestication, horses are found in almost every country in the world. Humans have bred a wide variety of horse breeds in countries around the world. For example, the Albanian breed is from Albania, the Budyani comes from Russia, the Delabaz is from Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Armenia, and the Colorado Ranger originated in the Colorado Plains, according to Oklahoma State University.